We're going to get started with a Prana Mudra. So taking the pinky and the ring finger touching the thumb, extending the index and middle finger. Connecting to the mudras, closing the eyes. Observing the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. The Prana Mudra allows any stagnant energy to move around in the body, to release, bringing us back to balance. As we move through the practice today, we will be focusing deeply into the breath, the prana, moving life force energy throughout the body. My intention is for you to leave this practice feeling really good, really energized. Let's take one more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Release your mudra. And if you have a block underneath your seat, you can remove that, place it to the side. On your inhale, let's take the arms overhead. Exhale, turn your torso to the right and drop the arms. Inhale, find length in the spine. And as you exhale, keep twisting, turning that right shoulder back behind you. Inhale, pull navel to spine, lengthen from the crown of the head. Exhale, twist a little deeper. One more breath. Exhale. On your next inhale, come back up through center, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, twist over to the left, drop the arms, find length on that inhale. Exhale, twist from that upper back, thoracic spine. Inhale. Exhale. One more, finding length. Exhale, twist a little deeper. On that inhale, come back up through center, reach the arms up, and then drop the right arm down beside you, side bend over to the right. Rooting down through that left hip as you reach out through those left fingertips. Softening the face, the jaw. Dropping that shoulder away from your ear. Sinking a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, float that left arm up towards the sky. Inhale, other side. Playing with a little bit of rotation here as you move that chest up towards the sky. One more full inhale. Stay for the exhale. And inhale, float that arm back up, let it come back down. Hands on your knees, grip onto the knees as you inhale. Lift the chest, find that extension. Exhale back, pressing your heart back, shoulders rounding, chin tucked towards your chest. Inhale, find length, lifting your heart up, look up. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more full inhale, find length in that extension. Exhale and round. Come back up through that neutral spine, and then we'll shift forward, coming onto hands and knees. Once you arrive, make sure those wrists are underneath the shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Step the left foot back, toes stay on the mat, and press your heel away from you, waking up that calf muscle on the left side. Deep breath into the belly. Exhale, keep pressing that heel away from you. Inhale. Exhale, soften into it. Let's take that left foot over to the left side so it's in line with your knee and your foot is planted, toes pointing forward. We're going to keep those back toes tucked under and sit the hips back, stretching into that inner thigh. Inhale as you shift forward. Exhale, sitting back over that heel. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Coming back up, we're going to pivot the foot. So toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. We're grounding down through that left heel. Inhale. Exhale, sit those hips back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift it back. Feel that stretch in the hamstring. One more time. Inhale, shifting forward. Take it back. Good. As you come forward this time, we're going to bring the left foot outside the left hand, setting up for a lizard pose. So just taking the hands on the inside of that left foot, reach your heart forward, sink the hips down. Let's take an inhale here. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg, shift the hips back into a half splits. Pointing those toes back towards you. And then as you inhale, bend that front knee, shift forward back into lizard. Exhale, press the hips back, half splits. One more time, shifting forward. Exhale, press the hips back, straighten that leg. Good. Bend into that front knee and then step it back, bringing your knees together. Readjusting, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Stepping the right foot back, press those toes into the mat and press the heel away from you. Exploring the sensations that come up into that posterior chain. Breathe into your belly, inhale. Exhale, press that heel back behind you. Good. Bring the right foot in line, out to the side, and then keep the toes tucked under as we shift the weight back. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, press it back. One more time. Good. And as you come forward this time, let's turn those toes up towards the ceiling. Press the heel into the floor. And we'll shift those hips back. Good. Observing that little bit of change as we shift. We move a little bit more into the hamstrings. One more time. This time as you come forward, bring that right foot outside your right hand, setting up for lizard pose. Maybe walking the knee a little bit further back. And reach your heart forward as you drop your shoulders down. Sinking into those hips. Being very gentle as we're just starting the practice. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg, half splits. Inhale, shifting forward, bending into that front knee. Exhale, press it back. One more time, inhale, lizard pose. Exhale, half splits. Good, coming forward. We're gonna step the left foot forward. Forward fold. Little bend into the knees. Grab opposite elbows so we have a wide-legged ragdoll fold here. And it might feel good to rock side to side, left to right. Let your torso get really heavy. Dropping your head, relaxing the neck. Release the arms. Heel toe the feet back together. We're going to inhale to a flat back. Offer your heart forward. Exhale and fold. Root down through the feet. Inhale to rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands by your side. Find mountain pose. Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the right hand planted in front of the right foot. As you bend that right knee, straighten the left leg, and we can either take your arm up to the ceiling, open twist, or take that left palm to your low back. Wherever you're at, revolve that top shoulder back behind you. Inhale, find a little bit more length from the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. One more breath. Let's come back through to center, switching sides. Left hand in front of the left foot. Bending into that left knee, straightening the right leg. Inhale, right arm up. Or take that palm to your low back. Really allow that right shoulder to move back, opening through the chest. Come back through to center, finding your forward fold, belly over thighs. On your next inhale, step the right foot back, dropping the knee. Grab your blocks, lift the chest. Checking in that the left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Maybe walking that right knee back and untucking the toes. Squeeze and engage into that right glute as you sink the hips down. Let's take those blocks off the mat. Hands frame your front foot. Pick up your back knee, step back into high plank. Dropping the knees wide, toes together, sit back into child's pose. Press into the palms of the hands. Stay low to the mat as you glide forward, moving into Cobra. Allowing the shoulders to really peel back here as you push your heart forward. Tuck the toes under, start to lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. We'll step the right foot forward, drop the left knee, once again grabbing those blocks. Low lunge, stacking that right knee over heel. Sink into that left hip. If you're using those blocks, keep them near your hips to really allow the shoulders to stack over the hips. Keep everything in line. Keep working into that left glute, squeezing the muscle as you open up the front side into that hip flexor. Good, juicy hip opener as we start to prepare for Hanumanasana. It's not only hamstrings, it's definitely a lot of hip opening. Let's remove the blocks to the side. Hands frame the front foot. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Offer your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Root down from the feet. Inhale to rise up. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands by your side, mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Right foot stepping back. Drop into that low lunge. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, sit the hips back as you work into your half splits. Straightening through that front knee, toes pointing back towards you. On your next inhale, bend into that front knee, step back into plank. Lower down, child's pose. Stay low to the mat as you glide forward, moving into Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Step it forward, low lunge. Exhale, sit the hips back, half splits. Bend into that front knee, step forward, forward fold. Inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, lift your heart. Exhale, half splits. Bend into that front knee. Step back into plank. Dropping the knees wide, child's pose. Glide your heart forward, moving into Cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg into the air as you inhale. Exhale, step it in between the hands, drop the back knee, low lunge. Sit the hips back into half splits. Bend into that front knee, step forward, forward fold. Reach the arms up on the inhale, look up. Exhale, hands by your side, mountain pose. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up, push the hips forward, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Right foot stepping back, drop into your low lunge. Sit the hips back, half splits. Bend into that front knee, then step back into plank. Drop the knees, child's pose. Gliding forward, moving into Cobra or upward facing. Lift the hips up, downward facing. Right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot through, drop the back knee. Low lunge. Sit the hips back, half splits. Inhale forward, step into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. One more time, deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot stepping back, lift your heart. Exhale, sit the hips back, half splits. Bend that front knee and then step back into plank. Take those knees down, sit the hips back, child's pose. Glide your heart forward. Cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. On the inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Step it forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands by your side, mountain pose. Finding Prana Mudra, pinky ring touching thumb. Extend through the index and middle finger. Feel that life force energy moving through you. Clearing any stagnant energy. Just observing beautiful flow moving throughout your body. Release the mudra. Inhale, reach the arms up. Step the right foot back into a high lunge. So staying high on the ball of your back foot, heel reaching up towards the ceiling, while also pressing that heel back behind you. Very strong in your legs, zipping inner thighs towards one another. We're going to turn our back foot, planting the heel, 45-degree angle. Warrior one. From here, take your hands down onto your hips, straighten the front leg. And pick up your back leg, lift it about a foot forward, setting up for pyramid. Squaring the hips off, driving that left hip back, right hip forward. Lead with your heart as you bow down over that front leg. Great option to have blocks here, or your hands can come down all the way to the mat. Inhale, lengthen your heart. Exhale, fold over that thigh. We're going to plant firmly into that left foot as your back toes start to take flight, coming into standing splits. Grab a hold of that calf with your left hand. Hug yourself in. Keep reaching those right toes up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to slowly start to bring them back to landing. Toes come back down to the mat. I'm going to stand up for lizard pose. Drop the back knee. Walk your hands on the inside of that left foot. And sink into those hips as you reach your heart forward. We can play around here a little bit with the height. If you're feeling really good where you're at, hands on the mat, stay there. Or maybe using a block, come down a little lower. Maybe you can feel good coming all the way down, bringing your elbows onto the mat. Wherever you are, hug that left knee into your left tricep. Keep your gaze forward, neck long. And just come back to the breath. Observing any sensations that might be arising in this moment as you breathe in. Letting your body soften into this moment as you exhale. If you're down on your elbows, we'll come back up onto our hands. Turn your foot to that lateral outside edge, letting the knee fall to the side. You can use that left hand to just gracefully open that knee to the side. If you want to take this further, we're going to pick up the back foot, bend the knee, reach around for those toes. Grabbing the outside edge of the foot. Giving some awareness to that right shoulder. If it's creeping up towards the ear, drop it down, really broadening across the chest. Two more breaths here. Releasing the back foot back down to the mat. Bring your left sole back to the mat. And then we'll step it into Hanuman. So if you have your blocks nearby, I like to use them as I slowly move into Hanuman. So the first thing we're going to set up is the back knee. So I'm stepping right back knee as far back as it'll go to really help open up that right hip flexor. I'll keep my back toes tucked under and then start to walk that front foot as far up as it'll go. This is a great opportunity to either use a bolster or blocks underneath your thigh or calf, something where you can prop yourself up on. And if you have full splits, you can go all the way down, that's perfect. You can head there now. I like to hang out with a little bit of support, hiding on that line of discomfort, that's for sure. So I keep the back toes tucked under just to really keep some stability in that hip, keep it from opening out to the side. And if you're finding if the full splits is just too much today, you can always go back into those half splits that we've been working on. It's a perfect variation. Wherever you're at, find some stillness. And then to come out of the pose, you can use your blocks or just press your hands into the mat. Slowly slide that left heel back. Bring your right knee forward. And from here, we're just going to take a rest in child's pose. Taking the knees wide, toes together, sit the hips back. It might feel better to bring your knees all the way together, just depending on how your hips are feeling today. Let's take one more breath here in child's pose. And then press your palms into the mat. Gently lift yourself back up onto hands and knees. And then tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Walking the toes to the top of the mat, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Flat back on the inhale, offering your heart forward. And exhale, dive all the way back down. Root down from the feet, inhale, take the arms up with you, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands by your side, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, step back with the left foot, high lunge. Stacking that right knee over right ankle, lifting back heel and then pressing it away from you. Creating that strength through the inner thighs as you zip them towards one another. Let's turn that back foot 45-degree angle. Back heel drops, warrior one. From here, straighten the front leg, hands come onto your hips. Pick up the back leg, lift it up about a foot forward. Squaring the hips, driving left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, exhale into pyramid pose. Again, blocks are a great option here for height. If you're using the blocks, just place them to the side. We're going to move into standing splits, starting to place all the weight into the right foot as those left toes take flight. Lifting up into the sky, maybe wrapping your right arm around your right calf and hugging your torso in. Keep lifting those left toes up as high as you can, building strength into that right leg. And then slowly start to let those toes come back down to earth. And once they do, we're going to shift into lizard's pose, walking the hands on the inside of that right foot, dropping the left knee down. Walk your left knee as far back as you can. Maybe use a block here for a little bit more depth into that stretch. Maybe you can bring your elbows all the way down. Thinking about a little bit of engagement in the muscles here as you squeeze into that left glute, dropping the left hip towards the mat. Keeping the eyes gently closed here. Bring your focus inward. Take this moment to observe anything that's coming up. Emotions, physical sensation, whatever it may be. Just take a moment to notice what's arising. And then watch it pass away. Come onto your hands if you're on your elbows. We're going to turn onto the outside edge of that right foot. Bring your right hand onto your knee and gently open it out to the side. Picking up your back foot, let's reach around for the outside edge of the foot. If that's available, if not, just keep your hand on your knee. Thinking about those shoulder blades moving down your back as your heart opens up. As we let go of that back foot, come back to center, rest the sole of the foot down to the mat. And then we'll move into our Hanuman. So grab your blocks if you need them. And we'll start to walk our back knee as far back as you can. Once you've hit that limit, start to straighten the front leg. Again, maybe placing a block underneath your thigh or your calf muscle. Just observing anything that's coming up. Remember that sensations might be intense here, but they are temporary. So as long as it's not hurting you, just try to sit with the sensation. And that's all it is. Sensation is sensation. It's just a feeling that comes up and then it passes. It's so short-lived. Two more breaths here. Really tap into stillness. Then very gently use your hands here to either press into those blocks of the mat. Glide your heel back towards you. And once again, we'll take child's pose to just let the hips reset. A little bit of compression. Either knees together or knees wide. See what feels better for you. And you could take your arms by your side as another option. Exploring a deeper breath here, letting the belly expand into the thighs. And press into the palms of the hands, gently press yourself up. From here, we're going to come into a seated forward fold, just taking a seat onto that right hip, swinging the legs around. Extend the legs straight. Taking a seat, lengthening the spine as tall as you can. Imagine there is a string from your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, lengthening you up. So inhale, reach the arms above, look up. And then exhale, tip yourself forward, letting the belly drape over the thighs. Chin tucks towards your chest, bowing your forehead down. Take about 3 more breaths here. Keep your chin gently tucked towards your chest as you bring your spine back up to neutral. And from here, we're going to lay onto our back, setting up for bridge or wheel. Planting the feet flat on the floor, knees bent, all 10 toes pointing forward. So we'll do this 2 times. First one, we'll do bridge, and the second one, you can join me in wheel or continue with bridge. Press firmly down through the feet, slight tuck of the tailbone as you press your low back into the mat. Inhale, exhale, lift the hips up, coming into bridge. Keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears. Keeping your heart open, hips lifted. A little bit of energy drawing those inner thighs towards one another. Keeping big toe, little toe, heel rooted. Just allowing that energy to move through the front line of the body. Slowly begin to curl the spine all the way back down to the mat. Tapping down into the tailbone. Take a breath. Let that settle. So we'll move into round 2. Again, you can take bridge or join me for wheel. Flipping the palms underneath the shoulders. If you're coming into wheel, lift the hips up into a bridge. Roll onto the top of your head and then press away from the floor. Explore that shoulder flexion as you reach your heart to the back of the mat. Coming down, we tuck the chin first, lower down very gently throughout the spine. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment just to decompress the spine. Take a deep breath in with me, belly bracing into your thighs. Exhale. Good. Legs up towards the sky. You can stay here for your inversion or join me in shoulder stand. So I'm going to take my hands just above my glutes. Give my bum a little lift as my toes reach up for the ceiling. Hugging those elbows in. Pulling the navel to the spine here as we breathe into this space. Slowly dropping the toes down behind you. Plow pose. Just keeping your eyes closed, keeping your head straight on. Two more breaths. Plant the palms, slowly curl the spine back down to the mat. Once you get there, hug the knees into your chest. Overlap the right knee over the left. Grab the outside edges of the foot. Hug the knees down into your belly. You should feel a real good stretch into that outer line of your right hip. IT band. Big belly breath in to press into those thighs. Exhale. Switch sides. Left leg over right. Grab onto the feet. Press the knees down. Good. Release the feet. Open them out to the sides. Happy baby. So reaching through the insides of those knees. Grabbing the outside edges. Press the heels down. Maybe rock left to right. One more breath. Release the hold of your feet coming into Shavasana. Extending the legs out straight. Arms by your side, palms facing up. Slight tuck of the chin. Create some length in the back of the neck. And keep your eyes gently closed here. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Take a deep belly breath in. Let that go. Just taking these final few moments to explore the sensations that are arising in the body. Maybe it's heat. Maybe it's feeling the cool floor below you. You might feel just like a little twitch or something very subtle. Now, if you're enjoying this Shavasana, please stay in this pose and continue your meditation. I want to say thank you for joining in on this practice with me, making this far. Truly is an accomplishment to show up and move through your practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste.